My dear students, new thoughts and new concepts, new theories, new models are emerging every month and every quarter, especially in the 90s. Strategic management, that how the companies should plan for a long-term focus. Not only one quarter or two, but how should company formally come up with a planning document? So planning, one of the important function of management accepted by all the companies. Planning given as one of the tool in quality management by Professor Edward Deming. Now today we are going to look what were the emerging views on strategic planning and on corporate strategy. Highly formal method of planning where the top managers of a company would sit together, focus on planning, and they would strategize their theory, their ideas, their thoughts, that how within the sector, within the industry, within the global world, how we are going to face the challenges in the market. So in other words, this formal planning done by a company, of course, done by the top managers, is after scanning the environment, external environment, analyzing what are the different options available as compared to the competitors. Who are our rivals? Later on, maybe the concept of 5 forces, Porter's 5 forces. Michael Porter is one of the management scholar, professor, who introduced many models in strategy. So we are going to look to the management literature from the strategic viewpoint. Scan the environment, analyze the options, take rational decisions. Rational decisions. Formal. Now remember, rational decision means you have all the information needed for you available to you. That's what Professor Simon has disagreed with, and he introduced the concept of bounded rationality. But anyhow, this formal school of planning for strategy scan the environment, analyze the option, take a rational decision, and come up with a formal plan for the next few years and implement it. So, strategic development and strategic implementation. These are the two parts. In the first part, formal plans are developed by the top management. And the strategic plans are implemented by the first line managers, the supervisors, and the workers of all the company. So in other words, at the corporate level, at the enterprise level, the pattern of decisions which are taken by the top management. Now, again, we are not questioning why only the top management. Why you are not involving the other people at the technical level or the middle level or even the first line. ये कॉन्सेप्ट बाद में फिर इंट्रोड्यूस होता है कि सबसे ज्यादा कस्टमर को डील करने वाले तो फर्स्ट लाइन ऑफ मैनेजर्स होते हैं. But anyhow, this formal strategic school of thought in planning, in strategic management, ask that there should be a pattern of decisions in a company which will determine and reveal and forecast about the future, that what will be our objectives, what will be our purpose, and what will be our goals. Naturally, mission and vision will be part of the strategic planning. At the same time, we were looking that Okay, fine. Corporate strategy at the enterprise level, there could be more than one business. So there has to be business strategies. There has to be product strategies. There will be sales strategies. But right now, we're looking at the corporate strategy at the enterprise level, which will concentrate on particular markets and businesses within the firm. But naturally, this formal strategic planning and a formal strategic school of thought invited criticism on planning, because people argued that you are planning for future where there is complexity. So how are you going to handle this complexity? And as more and more dynamism is introduced into business because of information technology, this complexity will increase. But right now, we're talking in the 90s. So strategic viewpoint calls for a formal planning done by the top management, handed over to the other employees for implementation, that you achieve these objectives and goals. Another criticism which were on this formal school of thought of management is that you are forecasting and predicting the future. And when you are predicting the future conditions of the market, the external market, how can you be sure? Because the word and the conditions of the word and conditions of the market are changing fast as compared to. So in other words, 5 years formal planning document made by a company may not be good enough when the 5 years are over. So that asked first to cut down from 5 to 3. And Japanese companies again took a lead. They were even talking about not only 3 years, maybe 1 year, maybe 1 quarter, because of the dynamism in the business, dynamism in the markets, dynamism in the needs of the customers. So strategic management is important, planning is important, but the question is, if there is complexity, how can you make a rational decision? You cannot. So a decision has to be made keeping in view the complexity. Thank you very much.